start a whole new thing and have brand new characters where everybody wants to see Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Raiden, Liu Kang, return. So we felt like telling a new story with existing characters was like the strongest way to go. But they're going to be reintroduced with brand new identities, backstories, roles, relationships with each other, and that is basically the premise. It's a brand new story using characters that you already know and love, but in completely different scenarios, so they're going to be reintroduced and all that. At the end of MK11, as you know, Liu Kang was kind of made the fire god, and he eventually became the keeper of all things, the ultimate being, and so he created a brand new universe, created a new Big Bang, basically was trying to restart everything with the hopes that everything was going to turn out better than the previous timeline of Mortal Kombat. Liu Kang's biggest difference is he has a much wider range of projectiles, fire projectiles. Like a standard one, if you look, it's like a very tight, like yin-yang that's spinning, that's on fire. He has a ground one that's like a snake, right? He has this gigantic one that he follows up with a flying kick. And then he has an aerial one that shoots like 6 or 7 fireballs. If you catch somebody, you're gonna be juggling them with a number of hits. So his is a lot wilder. He's still very accessible, but it's his projectiles taken to an 11. Sub-Zero has some recognizable stuff, but then he also has a few tricks up his sleeves, right? Like he has his clone, but now there's a version of this clone where he can do 3 of them, really creating like a wall of ice that the opponent is going to have to kind of figure their way through. He has his classics, like his slide, his projectile, and all that, but the big kind of crazy clone thing is the one that kind of stands out the most from my perspective. Kenshi, his big emphasis with this game is the spirit that he can control. It's imagined like it's this ghost that also has a sword, and the ghost can come flying from the ceiling out of Kenshi. The ghost can jump out and kind of like stand around and fight, and the player can control the ghost independently, right? And have him, go do the dirty work and all that. So I think Kenshi is one of the more sophisticated characters in the game. You're going to need some practice getting in there. But in addition to that ghost, he's going to have a cameo character. So in a sense, the player's going to be kind of thinking about 3 characters that they're responsible for. Katana's changed the function of her fans is pretty dramatically different. Normally they behave as projectiles, they hit you, they do damage. Now they kind of like circle around you, lift you up, set you up for combos. They have a lot wilder paths that they take, as opposed to kind of just straightforward or something. There's all these curves, and they're more versatile, I think, than they were before. But like her fans have a very different property that she has. I think whenever you add a new, mechanic into a fighting thing, there's challenges that come with it. How does it play with the existing things that we had? We wanted some amount of familiarity, but also a simplicity to it. Cameos started as a completely different feature. Our design team wanted to have individual things like a drone for Sonya, or kind of like we had the cat with Atrocitus in Injustice 2, basically something that would come out and kind of help you. And I was pushing for everything needs to be used by everyone, right? We didn't want to just have the drone for Sonya, we wanted to have the drone for everybody, right? And I also wanted to have more of a like a novelty with our old games, and so that kind of turned into characters that would come out and help you, and the fact that we have Mortal Kombat has about 100 characters that we can dig from and include in the game. So that really, once we started going, okay, it's 2 rosters, it's the main roster and then the cameo roster, that really took a life of its own. And so when we started characters jumping out and helping, that was great. We didn't want to go full tag because it was a great feature in MK9, but it wasn't the most used feature, right? And I think at the end of the day, it was because players would have to learn 2 full characters, right, completely. So we just use these utilities. So now you like Kung Lao's teleport, grab his cameo and he'll grab you and teleport with you. You know, you like Jax's ground pound, you like Kano's ball, you like all those iconic moves, right? You can take along with you if you like playing Scorpion, if you like playing Sub-Zero, right? And so there's those mixing and matching, I think, there's something really special going on with that. I feel like Mortal Kombat has always kind of taken the approach of less challenging input requirements to make a move come out. You know, that goes all the way back to the first Mortal Kombat, where Liu Kang was a lot of, you know, tap tap, high punch, tap tap, low punch. You know, a lot more people can do that than a dragon punch. You know, yeah, or two circles for Zangief's. You know, and so we've always kind of rested in that space of easier control. So I don't think we needed to go too much easier with our controls, and certainly our new feature, the cameo system, you know, it's a button basically that you push, you know, maybe you go towards and away, stuff like that. So it's anybody can bring a cameo character out without being challenged, you know, technically in terms of input. You know, we're always talking about guest characters. You know, the process of getting a guest character isn't just us going, oh, it would be cool to have Freddy in it, and then he's in the game. There's owners of the IP, and there's all these other you know, requirements kind of that we got to kind of check boxes through. So we're always in a state of exploring numerous you know, guest characters. Some make their way through. Some get, you know, hit a hiccup or a snag or some legal thing that you know that prevents us from doing it. So we always have 8 or 9 plates spinning that we're, you know, hoping to who calls kind of makes it through all the way. So.